You ready? Hey everybody, this is the Danielle Moore Show with some special guests here. I'm gonna let them go around and introduce themselves. I know who everyone is, so everybody, we're going to start right here because you are next to me. Say your part, who you are.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? It's your man Jay Gamble, your friendly neighborhood action figure, representing the brand, helping out and just being there to capture the visuals for grandma.
Awesome. What's your name?
My name is Dion Dupree, right? Grind mode music worldwide, grind mode worldwide radio, Eurovision television network, Leon Ford speaks, a little bit of everything. So
the boss.
And the worker,
we'll get into that really soon. And who else do we have here?
I need a microphone.
No, Boonie.
I don't want to get too close.
Why can't we all share? Don't do that.
Yo, it's your man Boonie the Kid, man. Blue Diamond Girls available everywhere. Make sure y'all check for it. It's on Music Choice.
Yes.
Just download it, buy it, do what you got to do. Please support Boonie the Kid.
Yes, that is awesome. .com. I feel so happy to even be able to talk to you guys, knowing y'all just came off of this long, radio tour and everything. I want to get into that. Dion, you're my boss. Everybody doesn't know Dion. He's behind the scenes. He's doing big moves. So everyone needs to get familiar. Give a little introduction on what it is and how you are successful at keeping up with your grind.
Woo. So, all right. First of all, thank you. I thank everybody that has been a part of this movement, a part of, just making everything work, because, without you all, being able to bring your talents to the table, this is nothing but an idea. Right. So it became real when individuals were able to see what the goals and the mission was and decided to be a part of this journey. So the drive it comes from, just a fear of failure. Okay. So, like just to put it all into, being like 100% real, I have a straight fear of not doing well. I have a straight fear of failure. So when all else starts to appear to crumble, I buck up and just do everything that's necessary to make sure that everything is on point. And so one of the reasons why we exist is because, getting out early, I started out with managing Nick Nice and running his production company. He gave me the lane, put me down as president of his production company. And so as we were meeting people and doing business and all that stuff there, I said, well, if I'm going to do this, I need to be 100% legit. So I had to start my own business. I had to get my own business started with the LLC, that federal EIN number, bank accounts, the whole nine, so that everything could be completely legit. Right. And so in that process, it just started out as management. It just started out as, helping him out, making sure that his books was all right, making sure his calendar was filled up, making sure people was aware that he was available in the private sector for private parties, functions, weddings, so forth and so on, keeping him relevant. But from there, the artist came. From the artist came, the graphic designers. Y'all were with Philly Joints yesterday. Okay. And, he was one of the first individuals who kind of told me, like, make that transition. Like, you're already managing, let's go ahead and do this thing. So, grandma.
Be a boss at it.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, turn it into another spectrum instead of just management, because you're doing way beyond just management right now. The things that you're bringing here for us in the entertainment field is awesome. I haven't seen it done anywhere. Everybody knows I've been in this industry for a very, very long time. So to be able to be a part of a team that's making moves like getting videos on the Music Choice, that's awesome. That's the reason why we do have Boonie and J.E. here, because they were all a part. That whole tour was based on. Are you serious right now? What is it that you needed to say? I need the world to know what it is that you was just saying. What was you saying?
Dion's juice was blocking his
I ain't worried about
Facebook
bitches.
Live.
I'm not worried about bitches.
They couldn't see me.
That's the camera.
No.
That's
You wanted to be sure he was
Hey,
saying.
hey, I'm not even mad. I'm not even mad. Get your shine, babe. Get your shine. But let's get back on focus. I want to bring up the fact that you guys right now came off of that radio tour.
Right.
I don't want that on me like that right now.
Okay.
Thank you. You guys just came off that radio tour. I seen a couple behind the scenes that was coming from Mr. J.E.
Mhm.
What was everybody's position? We know that was for you, Boonie. How did you feel about that experience, being able to showcase your talent in your grind? How was that like? Just give us a little more details on what that felt like for all the attention to be on you.
It was cool. I enjoyed it, of course. That's the reason why I'm in this business in the first place. Though behind the scenes, I'm really not a person who likes a lot of attention, believe it or not.
Mm-hmm.
So when I get in front of the cameras, of course, I have to perk up and be who I'm supposed to be as an artist.
Right.
But as far as that, it was enjoyable, man. I'm blessed to be able to do it first and foremost, to be honest.
Awesome.
So, it was through this man over here, his hard work, and through my hard work, and we was able to get it done. Shout out to Big Hef, who helped us put it together, J.E. for being the cameraman.
Yes.
But it was a good experience. The exposure was great. Meeting different people.
That was awesome. I seen that you guys met a lot of influential people of the entertainment field right now. Y'all was rubbing elbows with everybody that's making moves. That is power. That is what I consider putting your money where your mouth is. A lot of people think that this is all glitz and glam. Being an artist and being a manager and also being a person that does video, explain to them the constant grind that you must stay on. This isn't nothing that you start today and think that tomorrow you're going to blow. How long is it that you guys have been developing this relationship to be able to get to where you're at right now?
Well, first and foremost, it's a tiring job, but you got to love it. If you love it, it keeps you going until you get to the point that you want to be. Mm-hmm. As far as the grind itself, me and Dion, man, we've been probably like the third or fourth year or something, third year that got us to this point, and we still got a ways that we want to go. We're not satisfied by no means to where we're at now. We're both hungry. We both don't like to lose. We both don't like that feeling of not achieving your goals. So with that being said, our chemistry is good. Sometimes he don't like me, sometimes I don't like him. We're gonna beat each other up, but that's what we need to push each other.
That's called being brothers.
No doubt.
Even in this business, you build a family with the ones you're with. You
doubt.
Build a stronger bond even sometimes with the people that you're making money and moves with. So it's like, with that being said, I noticed both of you guys mention fear as your fuel. That's what keep y'all going. So don't ever stop because you're afraid to lose. Keep going. This is proof in the pudding right here. Look where we're at. Look what we're doing. We're doing this all because that fear made y'all know that y'all wasn't going to stop.
Right.
I want to give J.E. a little bit of time because he's sitting on the side of me. So I want to let it be known. Say it one more time. You do action.
Yeah, Action Figure Visuals is a media marketing firm. We're based here locally, but we film all over the world. We
That's
filmed
awesome.
in Toronto. We filmed in we did a documentary in Jamaica a couple weeks ago. We was in Texas for
you look Jamaican with your hat on today.
Yeah, I was.
Got your skin all glistening.
Yeah. It's a big thing, Mom. Big thing. Wagwan, pretty gal.
Yes.
So it was. So we just filmed down there. We was at South by Southwest in Austin, Texas, filming down there for the Artist Promise out of Toronto. And then we just did this tour. We got Japan, Kazakhstan, Europe,
That's
LA
awesome.
coming out. So we're just all over the world filming, but we also do photo, video, web, and design. We do various things in the multimedia field. So
what's awesome is, even though you have your own broad spectrum of great things you're already doing, what made you be intelligent enough to link up with Grand Mode and make it even bigger? It's just my sincere respect for Dion and the things that he does. And so there's only a certain, I love hard. Mm-hmm. That means if I rock with you, I would do rock with you. And if I don't, I don't.
And so and
True definition of loyalty.
Yeah, so me and Dion, we go back. I was doing some mentoring at Perry when I met him. And
we love the kids here too. Y'all
kids.
notice? Yes.
And Dion just been a real dude from day one. And so normally when I got real dudes around me to ask me to do real things, I had to just be on some So he just asked me on some. I just came back from Jamaica.
Yes.
I was only in the house for like 4 days. And
so
I was still trying to get
probably
rest.
Need this Red Bull right
now.
No,
I'm good. No, I got energy. Y'all
got rest after
I probably got more energy than anybody in this room.
Tour?
I'm an action figure.
That's what's up. So let me ask you.
So I want to finish bigging up my bro.
Okay, sorry. Go ahead.
This is the bro.
I like that. Show love.
What I'm saying? Got to. So when the homie gave me a call, it was like I did have to think about it for a minute, but it was no doubt. He was like, "Yo, we're gonna do this tour. We're gonna do 5 days." I first had a little apprehension, you know what I'm saying? But I was like, he's just saying, it's gonna be a good opportunity to see some big things and see how to break an artist. And so when Grandma speaks, I listened and I was just like,
right, me too. I agree.
Mad respect for that, bro. Mad respect.
So were you the person that convinced him to do that dance? Did you record that?
I did record it. No, I can't just here's the moral of the story. We're talking about Boonie. He said he was like, this is gonna get a girl's face ripped off. I'm like, bro, you can't say that, bro. What the heck? I was like, bro, you can't say that. Oh. So it was like, what happened? We was in Chicago. Bodie's my home. He got this. Bodie y'all keep it out.
I'm bringing Bodie to Pittsburgh.
Bodie's going.
Y'all gonna know about.
He's the next big thing. He's the next big thing. So I'm recording it, and so the moral of the story, I mean, the tale of the tape is there's a lot of stories to be told. Yes. And a lot of stories to be untold.
Yeah,
so
I just want to tell
the backstory. We can't really give you the backstory, but the main story was, he was my man. He put the song in the radio, and he started playing it, and this dude just got on his Diddy hype and just started.
Listen, no lie, you made me want to listen to that song. You made me want to listen to that song.
He said it. He said, "Yo, for real, on some real time, man, the record was cool, but after seeing you on the record, like." That just took it to another level. And I'm like, no, the record is already on another level, right? Because it taps into your emotion, and it's just like the way that he flows over the record, the way the beat is, everything is just ugly. It's ugly. It's dark, and I love it. It's creative as hell. It's one of them things where you could tell somebody, this is art. This is a person that brought something to the table. And for me, as a person, first of all, fan of music, first of all, like it touches me. And then from a business standpoint, it's like, yo, this is new. This is not being done. This is what needs to be heard. Yes. This is a fusion of like genres. It's like, that mosh pit, wilding out with, hip hop, but content.
I know
because
that's
there's content in the lyrics, the stuff that he's talking about.
It's not just beats.
It's not just beats.
That's what's up. That's awesome.
Something to the table. And when I said this is going to get some young lady's head ripped off, I really, really meant that because the stuff that he's saying, a lot of people feel, especially in the heat of argument, it's like, get the fuck out my face.
Yeah,
like,
period.
You know what I mean? Whether it's a male, female, whoever, little bitty bitch, get your hands up off me. Like, and there's those times, right? There's those times when, you're in the heat of a discussion and you're like, putting your hands on people and it's like, and it's like, and it's one of them records and it's like, but it represents, it's not don't get it twisted. It is not a record that speaks on domestic violence in the least.
Right.
In the least. It does not speak on domestic violence. It's just one of them things that tap into your raw emotion when you're angry.
Because it possessed you.
And that wasn't a possession.
You was like, yes. I was like, what is going on? I was like, I need to listen.
He was all the way lit.
Yes. We're going to have that on the page for you guys.
See, Danielle doesn't know Dookie. She doesn't know Dookie, okay? She doesn't know why this devil on my arm exists, right? So the reality is, it didn't possess me. That stuff already lies within me. It brought it out because it was just creative.
Right.
And so they had an opportunity to see me in an environment. And so, like, I'm a chameleon. I adapt to whatever circumstance and situation I'm in.
I agree with
that. I have a true personality. And my true personality, like I told you yesterday, I'm damn near a sociopath. So I'm subject to do whatever, wherever.
About us.
And that's why this guy would be like, I don't know him. You know what I mean?
That's why he just started whistling.
Hey, Boonie, Bob Evans.
Yeah, like he just started
Bob
whistling.
Evans,
Waffle House,
Waffle House.
McDonald's with the Confederate flag, dude. I didn't even put that stuff out there, but you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. And
yeah, you know what? That right there was deep. It really was, that Confederate flag. And, you know, I'm not even going to give that any attention. I want to get back to Boonie. You know, name some, if you want to, you can name all the cities that you were at. And just tell us if you, I don't want to say if you had to pick. Let me find a better way to put it because I don't want to insult anyone. But what was your most entertaining experience? Because you were actually the entertainment. So once, like, where was it that you was able to say, let me step back and see some entertainment? I mean, from watching your live, I think it was Amber Rose. That was the only time I seen the camera able to stay still for a little, you know, for a long period of time.
Well, Columbus was actually lit.
That's awesome.
The strip club scene was pretty cool.
Shout out to strippers at Columbus.
But each city had its own
porn star? Okay, go ahead.
Each city had its own live event.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So each one equally in one way or another was cool. But according to the video, Columbus and I think there was another one.
Loving it. Loving it. That's
and
what's
the
up.
Rose thing, that was cool, man. Yeah, gay dude kept getting in
What's
front of the
going on?
camera.
Okay.
So gay dude had to get
All
out
right.
of the camera.
All right. So
That was a joke. No, that was a
yeah,
joke.
I was like, okay, Boone, what's going on?
Nah.
All right, you know. So
he was in the way of Amber Rose.
it's all right. That was her bodyguard. He's there
Nah, the
for a
nigga was
purpose.
just there.
All right. Okay.
I haven't told him to move.
We heard you. We heard you.
Boonie the kid said,
We heard you.
Boonie the kid say move, you better move.
So it's like literally, we're going to get onto the name Boonie the Kid. You know, me, I'm a little bit of, I don't want to say a thug. I'm a nice young lady, but when I think of Boonie the Kid, I think of a hitman. What's going on with that name? You know, what's going on? I think of like
I'm a
someone.
very nice guy.
You're a very nice guy. You're too quiet to really be nice.
The name came about because, of course, my name is Boonie already. So there's a lot of Boonies. Well, there's enough Boonies. And I said in one of my songs, old songs, you know, I said the name Boonie the Kid. And actually, it was Nina who solidified the idea that I should just put the name as Boonie the Kid.
That's because Nina's a thug.
Right.
So you dig? She was like, you know what? Let's make this official.
And then there was another dude who seen me shooting a video one day, came up to me and was like, "Yo, you Boonie the Kid." And I'm like, "Yeah." Back then it was still Boonie, but so pretty much to separate myself from everybody. That's how the name stuck.
Well, that's what's up. When I tell the story, I'm gonna say that back in the day, you did some things that I can't speak on, and that's how you got your name.
Wasn't me.
I know, I was only playing.
Wasn't my
So
twin brother.
let's get to let's get to the Blue Diamond. Let's get to that concept. See, I know it, but everyone else don't know the switch up. You know, my favorite song of yours is She Loves It. You know, I love when men talk, you know, gangster to me, you know, talk about how they going to spend and do. So that's my fave. I had to mention that. Mm-hmm. But I also really love the Blue Diamond. It gives me a relaxing, it's like a dangerously smooth type of, you know.
It's all his fault.
Why? It's not a fault. It's a pleasure, baby. That's banging on music choice. I told my mom to look it up. You get what I'm saying? And then she's going to tell her old friends and then other people's daughters and sons and then little kids. It's a following. So how did that bring that about?
Well,
shout out to Blue Diamond Vodka.
Shout out to Blue Diamond Vodka.
Yes. Too early to take a shot. Psych.
But I had been sitting on the beat for about a year.
Okay. Oh,
And,
I really love that beat too.
Thank you. What is the story behind it? I had been sitting on the original beat for about a year. And when Dion got me the endorsement deal with Blue Diamond Vodka.
Wait, let's repeat that one more time. No, for real, I'm dead serious. Dion did what?
Dion Dupree. Big
Grand
Shug Knight and them
Road.
dudes.
Suge Knight and them dudes.
With his hitman, the artist.
Right.
Nah, he got me the endorsement deal with Blue Diamond Vodka.
Okay.
And I had been sitting on the Blue Diamond Girl beat just, for like a year. Didn't do anything with it. So he was saying, yo, you should do a song about the vodka over the beat. Now, the original beat
Genius.
is from a producer named Buck Wild. Anybody
we all
knows
know Buck Wild.
who he is, what he's done. But I did the original Blue Diamond Girl to that song. So through the politics of the game and everything, he wasn't playing a fair game as far as everything he was supposed to do as far as the beats. So we had my man J-Pad the Juggernaut, shout out to him,
J-Pad.
redo the beat.
Shout out J-Pad.
Juggernaut.
So that's what you hear right now. So to make a long story short, when I sat down and wrote the song, I thought about not only the Blue Diamond Vodka, I thought about a female being a blue diamond also, because the blue diamond is the rarest diamond that you can get.
Yes.
So I incorporated them both into the song and just threw me in the mix. And there you have Blue Diamond Girl.
That's awesome. Everything that you do is based around women. Is it?
No.
Yes, it is. Are you a ladies' man, Boonie?
No, I'm not, man. I'm that's my twin brother.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I get it. We're waiting.
No, I'm not a ladies' man. I'm just.
It's all right. That comes with the persona of being a rapper. We just assume that's what y'all are into.
I'm just average Joe, doing average Joe.
They're about
things.
to be hitting you up. You're on Music Choice. So what is it that they should do to be able to get to you?
Get at grind mode. Let you say the email address because you got like 4 of them. So, or phone number, whatever you want to say, good brother.
GM worldwide at gmail.com.
Yes, and that's how we get to Boonie the Kid.
That's how you get to Boonie the Kid, or you can go on Instagram at Boonie the Kid.
Yes.
Twitter at Boonie the Kid. Facebook, Alvin Boonie Nicks, or my Boonie the Kid fan page. You can Google Boonie the Kid. All kind of things will pop
Google
up.
them, baby.
What else? Am I forgetting anything?
Well, I kind of don't think that you are. I think you named them all, except I'm kind of forgetting something. I threw myself off thinking, but it's all right. I'll come back to it. So, Dion, about you getting endorsements, I think anybody that's wise, anybody that does have talent, I mean, not saying that you can always make it through, but at least you could try. If they want to get in touch with you to be able to get in this movement, how is it that they grab a hold of you? You are a very, very busy man right now.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Just email me. GM.
Repeat that again, the email.
GM worldwide at gmail.com.
I think there's 2 M's in there.
Well, one last thing
GMM
before
worldwide.
we end this.
GMM
Let me hold
worldwide
on before I'm done.
gmail.com.
JE, whenever anybody wants to get in touch with you because they need a documentary, they want to feel like an action figure, how do they get at you?
They got me on my Instagram, action figure visuals, Facebook, action figure visual. Now, action figure is spelled a little different. It's not your regular action figure.
Okay,
Spelled,
so put your ears on.
got to put your ears on. It's spelled AXNFGR, action figure.
One more time
visual.
for them.
AXNFGR. You can get at me in my own. We call me 508-0279. I got a couple numbers. But
Oh, ladies, he put the number out there for you. Let me find out. Come get him in his hat, okay?
Speaking of the house, it's a black-owned company out there.
I know
Florida.
that's right.
It's called Dungeon Forward. The homie Castro, David Castro. I met him at South by Southwest. Black-owned. He's an architect. He actually crafted the hat. He designed it. He sent it off. I got about 4 of them.
And I love it. It's nice.
Dungeon
You should have brought
Forward.
me one.
I got
You're a
4 of
guest.
them. I got you. That's my man.
Thanks.
I'm throwing videos for him.
Awesome.
So we're good. So
All
Dungeon Forward. Shout out to Dungeon Forward. The homie Dave Castro down in Florida. That's my bro.
Awesome.
Black-owned.
Black owned.
Yes.
So, Boonie, one last time, I want to mention that young man that you were speaking of that was so talented. Say his name for me one more
The
time.
Kid Bodie.
Yes. So when are we going to be able to see him? That's coming soon.
Yeah, I'm working on it right now. I reached
That's
out to
awesome.
a couple of the owners of the clubs that we got access to here, and hopefully they get back to me with, you know, a desire to do so, because him and another guy that I'm looking to bring in from Kentucky, extremely talented. And you know, when it comes down to what it actually takes to break an artist, you have to be able to step outside of your comfort zone. You have to be able to step across the border of your city or your neighborhood, your community, your state, and get into these other markets. And so I'm really, really big on that. I spent a great deal of time cultivating relationships with the owners of buildings and people who put together events on behalf of these artists and things of that nature, to be able to say, okay, this is somebody I want to bring through at this particular time.
Okay.
Just from relationship alone, we got invited back out to Kentucky June 16th to participate in their big festival that they have. Situation coming up in Columbus, Ohio, courtesy of Mike L. And it just so happened that the flyer he sent me, the people that we network with out there had something, you know, some involvement in the event. So we're looking to be a part of that event as well. So I want to be able to have Pittsburgh be a hub, you know, for artists that's outside of the borders to be able to come through and show their talents as well. And so one of the things that like I'm very, very big on is like community, the whole concept of community, a common unity, right? And so, you know, there's a lot of people here that want to make music, that's into making music and don't know how to move from point A to point B. There's a lot of people in other cities, when we go around and talk, that's in the same position. So if there's nobody that's a liaison between the two, how does it happen? And unfortunately, a lot of the gatekeepers have these stipulations that they put on people and say, oh, you can't be this or you can't do this unless you meet these credentials, this qualification, this financial status, you're on this level, you got this amount of followers, da 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 da. And grind mode exists because of those barriers. Every barrier that we ran into since we've been in existence, I personally decided to, I ain't gonna say I knocked down, I just decided to put our own entity in place to be able to get around it.
I like
so
that.
Instead of having to go through this person or this business or these people to be able to say, okay, we want to put this record out, we want to be able to put it out the proper way. It's like, okay, well, thanks to my brother Domingo and our relationship, he was able to pull the strings to be able to give us our own distribution channels. So because we have our own distribution channels now, we don't really need labels.
Right.
But we need the services that labels provide.
Yes.
Right? So the next relationships that we had to build was with individuals that had access to the television, the radio, the tours, and other markets. So once we were able to develop those relationships, now it makes it easy for an artist that we got under our umbrella to hit Music Choice, because that's a direct contact. It's a direct relationship. It's easier to hit radio. It's easier to pop in these markets, and it all comes down to relationships. So I'm very, very big on that.
Building and holding them relationships.
Absolutely, and it's give and take, right? So you can't just be on the
barter
take. And it's not so much barter; it's business. It's like, okay, you know, I'm here in this position. What can you do for me, and what can I do for you? It's not like necessarily favor, because favor don't pay bills, unfortunately. So it's business. And one of the things that I try to instill in those individuals who, you know, you see their names on a list, but they don't really, you know, you don't see them active, is that it's a grind.
Yes,
you know what I mean? You got to be ready and able to move out and be able to get into these other markets. You just can't sit back and put out a record and pay somebody to do some social media stuff or you know, pay a company to put it on this and that and think that, you know, the world is coming back to you. No, you got to be out networking. You got to because here's the, you know, the business.
And it takes a team.
It does, and that's what we are. We provide the resources that's necessary to be able to have it happen. However, when it's all said and done with, this is a business, right? And in business, you're buying and selling. You're buying and selling, and you are a product. He is a product. Okay, Stillhouse is a brand. Boonie the Kid is a product that he is selling to a people. What is sellable? What is marketable? What is it about him that's going to make people buy into him? It's not favor,
right?
You know what I mean? It's not, you know, oh, he just got
the brand. It's the relationships. It's everything that you have been building up to. You know, as we're going to conclude this, you know, I want to thank you again. I feel as though, well, I know firsthand, you're doing a lot of big things. You are really doing a lot with Boonie. Boonie, you are doing a lot on your own. But the fact that you two are collabing and making things happen on another spectrum, soon you will have artists under your label. Like he just mentioned, Stillhouse. that will be coming with their own artists. So if someone wanted to send you music, one more time, let's drop them emails, because there's a lot of, one last thing for us to, I am not the Dion plug. Please, I don't want everybody in my email for you. That was the purpose of this interview, so everybody can understand how they can get to you, be able to connect with you, you know, let you see their, I mean, which I do not mind hearing talent, but that literally is not my part. I'm listening to music and I'm like, okay, everything is going to sound good to me because I don't have y'all ear. So if an artist wants to get connected, one more time, drop your email and then I want to hear yours again, okay?
My email is anix79@gmail.com.
For the artists, if they want to drop anything.
Yes, that's anix79@gmail.com.
And the boss? I can't take him serious. It's all right. He does a lot of things, y'all. So, you know, it's okay.
Grind Mode Management 412@gmail.com. All right, so we're gonna stick to Grind Mode Management 412@gmail.com for business, because we do have the Grind Mode Music email, but it's like gmmworldwide@gmail, but Grind Mode Management 412@gmail.com.
Yeah.
Grind Mode Management 412@gmail. And every element of social media, whether it's the GM Worldwide Radio, whether it's Grind Mode 412, Grind_Mode 412 on Instagram, all of the contact information comes directly to me. So no matter what form you get at us at, I'm getting that information, whether it's radio submissions, whether it's inquiries through Grind Mode Management, off the website. You can literally log on to www.grindmodemusic.com and fill out the contact form. There is a contact form on the website, www.grindmodemusic.com. That's probably the easiest way.
Yes.
www.grindmodemusic.com. Contact, boom. There's some information you put in, you put submit, and I get it instantly. I made it very easy. Very easy, just like I make it very easy for the music to be accessible.
Mm-hmm.
Very easy. So support,
yes,
is what we need to be able to continue to grow, because the goal is to be able to control the media, to be able to control what it is that we put out to our people, so that we can have a representation of what we want our content to be. That's the purpose of Your Vision Television Network. That's the purpose of Grind Mode Worldwide Radio. And it's the purpose of Grind Mode Music, because there's a community out here that is suffering because of the lack of resources that's available and all of the yellow tape that you got to jump through to be able to get to the resources. And I want to build the engine and the infrastructure that's here to be able to take that talented individual, regardless of his past, his shortcomings, his goods, her goods, whatever the case may be, and be able to provide them with the resources that's necessary. Danielle, you're here today because she picked up the phone and said, I have an interest in doing something, and I would like to know what it is that I need to do to be able to do it. And I simply said, what?
Grind, like come down.
Come down.
Come down. And I've been here ever since. Literally, it's a grind, y'all. It is nothing that we're sitting here, we're joking with each other and stuff, but even after this, you have to go to the Hard Rock Cafe.
Oh yeah, tonight.
Yes, for one of the Grind Mode artists.
Right. Lindsay Smith is performing live. Women Who Rock going on tonight at the Hard Rock Cafe. Shout out Nina. She's been holding down that whole camp. You know, so tonight Lindsay Smith will be doing her thing. The diva will be holding it down for the women. It was a beautiful article that was written out. That girl's great. Ooh. So yes, we are leaving here to head down to the Hard Rock to go support her. Shout out Kia Star, R&B Soul. Yes, she got an R&B show coming up on May 25th at the Spot. Shout out the Spot. My brother Dave Calloway up there, been holding us down, been a supporter from day one. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. You know, much love to them. And yeah, man, Boonie the Kid, we got some stuff in the woodworks that we're about to
big,
open up.
Baby.
But yeah, music choice is rocking right now.
Yes.
We got some other things we about to unveil as well. We're always moving in that regard. Shout out Action Figure Visuals for bringing to life in grind mode. Life in grind mode coming soon to Your Vision Television Network, which is basically going to be behind the scenes of everything that you see happening, how the radio came to be, working with the artists, how to break artists in different markets, you know what I mean, the whole nine. Shout out to Middy's Bomb Squad. We sitting on a little jewel right now whose name happened to be Jules. Jay Biggs, his project is about to come out, Berg Boys. Yes. So there's a lot going on. And shout out to everybody, because there's a lot of you. There's a lot of you that's still a part of this movement, even though you're not active right now at this moment. There's a lot of talented individuals that have sat and done deals with us that for whatever reason, one way or another, they're dealing with personal situations or there's things that's going on that's keeping them from moving in the direction that they want to go in. Our doors will always be open to you guys, always be available when you all are ready to rock out, because we're an independent resource center. We work at your time, your pace, your luxury, your finances. And when you're ready to make shit happen, we're here to make it happen. So I don't want to discard and discredit all of the other individuals that has done deals with us, that has put out projects with us, that's kind of sitting right in the back right now because they're dealing with other situations. Shout out Craig and Chev over in Ohio. Here We Is Entertainment. Shout out Gold Rose Production, my man E, and Dub, Raw Meat, you know, shout out them, Cowboy Raw. Shout out John Basement. Shout out
John
Pedro
Basement.
Perion with Born to Be Wild. Shout out Mayhem Mall. Jamal with he put out that 412 Pennsylvania. Just a lot. There's a lot of individuals that have come through these doors that, you know, again, we continue to rock with and support.
That's
and
just
ready
what I
to
was about
rock
to
out.
say. He doesn't just give, you know, one thing about grind mode, you support us, we support you. So that's the best thing you could ever have happen. There's a lot of things in the industry where you show mad love to them, but you know, you don't get it back. At least here, you know that you'll be able to get that. So respect the grind, respect the hustle. I'm so thankful that you fellas came to see me.
Shout out Danielle Moore and the Danielle Moore Show. Tune into the Danielle Moore Show every time it's on. She'll tell you when that is.
Because I work on my own schedule. But on Wednesdays, it's Woman Wednesdays. We have a lot of nice up-and-coming things. We're going to teach the ladies how to do their eyebrows. Well, we already did that. Teach them how to, you know, just some things. Just check out. Once again, thank you so much, Boonie, for coming. I'm so happy and so excited about your song. I'm so proud of you. Want to high-five a little bit? Don't ask me. Yes. Shut up. That's not funny.
Hey, yo, also shout out you Tuesday,
Yes.
4 p.m. with interview with Amber Sloan.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? That's going to be powerful.
Amber Sloan, y'all get to see me in a whole different spectrum. Everybody, some people know me on the other side, but a lot of people see me laughing and joking, but it's going to be good to pick her brain to see what it is that she's going to be doing to change some things that's going on in this city. Hopefully it's starting with the potholes. Because I ride and I come in this city and I just be confused. Like, this is ignorant. But anywho.
Hey, that work you did to that sidewalk was pretty impressive.
Dude, shut up. Or secret.
Okay.
Or secret. Everybody don't need to know I can't drive. No.
Shout out Danielle Moore.
Yeah, stay off the road. I tell y'all on Facebook all the time, listen, you see me, move. Because I got places to go, things to do. So remember, it's a grind. We was here till like 3 a.m. last night, and we back today. And just know, if you want to be a part of the team, be ready to grind. If not, get with it or get left. I mean, Dion's nice on that. So
download the app.
Download that app. I've been holding that in my head all this time and forget. See? Pretty brown. Thank you. So, all right. Thank you. It is me, Miss Danielle Moore. I brought you guys some awesome connections. Get with it or get left. It's a grind mode thing, baby.